Hi, my name is Obrien and I did a Master's in Cognitive and Decision Sciences, and I'm from the south of Ireland in a place called Cork. What I really loved about the course was actually how to learn how to understand people's decisions. You actually get to grasp with some serious theoretical problems such as what exactly is the mind, how does that influence how people make decisions, you know, whether you're making a decision between a car that you want to buy or a house that you want to buy, whether you want to understand how people's behaviour affects things, how group behaviour affects what votes you make, absolutely everything from the theoretical to the practical. That's what you get to grips with in the Masters. So while there are certain things that are challenging, it should never be daunting. A lot of things that you'll be required to do is probably get to grips with a large amount of knowledge very quickly, especially like me if you don't come from a psychological background. You need to be able to assimilate a large amount of knowledge, be able to understand it. So you might be actually spend a lot of time going through reading lists, reading books, but the best thing about it is probably that it's actually really exciting, it's really engaging, and everyone that's come to the course actually has a real thirst to actually understand it, to discuss it and get to grips with the ideas behind not only the theory but the practical stuff that you're learning in the labs. So after finishing the Masters, I actually went to India and I worked for consultancy, applying what I learned in the Masters to real world problems such as sanitation, how do we improve how people make decisions, how do you actually solve things like road deaths and traffic deaths, and also advising governments on how you actually use the knowledge in the Masters to affect things like public policy. What I'm doing right now is actually a PhD in political psychology. I'm looking at how people understand information in campaigns, how do we actually make decisions for our public representatives, so that when you go to the ballot box, you know exactly who you want to vote for and why you want to vote for them. Not everyone makes the best decisions when they go to vote, and we don't always feel that we get the best person that represents us in Parliament. So right now, my knowledge from the Masters into the PhD is going to ideally design some ways of actually improving how we vote in the real world, not just in the UK, but worldwide. But you don't always have to go into academia after the Masters. A lot of my fellow alumni have gone into places like the Behavioural Insights team, who advise the government at the moment in the UK. Those people are advising the Conservatives in public policy. They're also forming part of a larger team in the area worldwide, such as those advising the Obama government and different parts of the world, figuring out how can we really tackle the world's problems through using psychology and insight from behavioral economics, behavioral sciences, and also this really nitty-gritty theoretical and cognitive psychology. When I first came to UCL, the first thing that struck me was how large and how diverse the campus was in terms of population. It's really exciting to walk around, seeing different people from different walks of life. Being able to walk around London, be constantly able to see different types of people, like people from Camden who are more rockers, hipsters from East London, and you really get excited to be in this really diverse kind of like creative environment where people are always coming up with new ideas, you're always challenged by new things. I really enjoyed, I suppose, the feel of London, which is more than something you can describe on camera. It's something you just got to experience, got to come here and be able to just experience for yourself.